Okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun lawamo, lamo do do. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun Diary,
Wendy.
Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much. The first part of this broadcast tonight is a very sad story of a young lady, Itunu, that was criminally convicted for a crime she did not commit. And then our story became public when we realized that because she couldn't speak French, so she got convicted for a crime she didn't commit. So when the story broke out and everybody reacted, we called on the necessary, government agencies, NGOs and all of that in Ivory Coast, in Nigeria, all over the world, and the money was raised and all of that. But eventually, Itunu died last night. And I want to share a story just to let you know that, yes, you can love Nigeria from abroad. You can pretend that all is well. But wherever you find yourself on this planet, as long as your association with Nigeria is what you call patriotism from abroad, Nigeria can still happen to you. The story of Itunu will break out. Share the broadcast.
àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Presido bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí pa. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
And also tonight, there is the report from the Lagos NSAS Judicial Panel. So in their report, they have now confirmed that indeed the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian police, they killed, not just killed, they massacred tens of young people at Lekki Toll Gate on the 20th of October 2020. Now they have confirmed it, that it was not just the military that shot and killed the protesters. After the military left, the Nigerian police returned to the scene and they started shooting and killing again. Nigerian soldiers who killed over 89 people took their bodies away. Nigerian police that came after were those who now chased those running protesters, chased them into the shanties, into the lagoon, into everywhere they could find them, and they killed as many as they could kill as well. But good enough, the panel also released names of those killed during the NSAS protest. Guys, we now have evidence. Laya Muhammad said there is no evidence of anybody killed at Lekki Toll Gate. There was no evidence of anybody killed during the NSAS protest. Now we have the evidence. Doesn't mean that they will do anything, but it will be on record as part of the genocide, ethnic cleansing, and state-sponsored terrorism of Nigerian government under Bukwari. These two will go on record, and trust me, they will answer for all of their crime, as this has now come to light. So let us start with the story of Itunu. This lady, mind you, I don't know if Wendy is still watching. Wendy is my colleague at work. We just finished work just an hour ago, and she's wondering, how did I manage or have the energy to come on just an hour after finishing an 11-hour shift? So Wendy, it just come naturally. If you are still watching, as long as I can spare in the time, it comes naturally. So thank you. Wendy, if you are watching, we have something to talk about in the office tomorrow, I believe. However, Itunu, this lady, a Nigerian, living in Ivory Coast, that is in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, that is Côte d'Ivoire, as they will call them in French. She is into selling of, as a lady, selling of wigs, makeup, everything, like from wears and all of that. Then one day, she discovered that a neighbor, a very young guy, she's just 21 years, right? A neighbor who she suspected to be stealing from her. She accused him of stealing. But according to the story, this young boy that she accused of stealing her stuff has a brother who is a police officer in Abidjan. Then suddenly, this police officer, mobilized his own colleagues from their station. This is the genesis. He mobilized his own colleagues to go and arrest Itunu Babalola for wrongly accusing his brother of stealing. When she got to their police station, the story changed. They now accused her of human trafficking, that she traffic humans, she trade their girls, she sell human beings and all of that. Something that started like a joke snowballed into a bigger police case that they held her for weeks, for months. Eventually, she ended up in court. The first appearance in court, they accused her of human trafficking. And the court quickly sentenced her to 20 years imprisonment, straight up. She had no legal representative. She didn't understand what they were saying until she got to prison and she was told that she is in jail for human trafficking. And she was like, what? That was the genesis. This took a whole year. Our family members in Nigeria were selling their properties just to see if they could get her out of the whole problem. It became something bigger than them. That early this year, a young man, our David Hundeyin, was contacted about her case. So Hundeyin then traveled to Abidjan for fact-finding. That was when he realized that the family they've contacted the Nigerian embassy in Abidjan, and the agent of the Nigerian embassy were demanding for money before they could get involved. Therefore, they were left alone. After finding out, David raised alarm that this young woman has been locked up on a trumped-up charges, and Nigeria government and Nigerian embassy in Abidjan has abandoned her. After raising this alarm, a group called Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, I believe they are called, led by Abike Dabiri. NIDCOM then came online to say, oh, we are going to chase and pursue the case. This is a case of a total misplacement and then a miscarriage of justice. Oh, Nigerian embassy in Abidjan now responded. Oh, we are already pursuing the case now. This was like after 18 months. This time, the family of those she accused of stealing from her, they returned, including the prison wardens. They returned to her apartment and they looted everything that was left in the apartment, including all things she's selling. So she was left like a nobody. No one other than the prayers of those who are in Nigeria, hoping for the best. Until David showed up. That then gave a ray of hope. Meanwhile, Itunu, according to what has now come to part of what they are telling us as what killed her, she is a diabetic patient. So all this while, she had no access to medical care. Nobody even cared. She was convicted for selling human beings without any evidence or anything. She was denied the appeal. So when David showed up, raised alarm, and the government of Nigeria pretended that they were interested, Abike Dabiri, the one that is in charge of NIDCOM, they showed interest. This was in March 2021. Fast forward to July, Itunu was still in prison. But guess what? The Nigerian embassy in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, their agent renewed their former proposal. You need to give us 2 million naira in order to get a lawyer for her. They were making this demand from her family. This time around, the family was able to forward the message to David. Shockingly, David raised alarm again. This was in July. Until now, until yesterday, that we never heard anything again from March to July, then to yesterday. David started raising money with other members of concerned people on social media, including the Nigerian residents in Ivory Coast. But according to them, they said in Abidjan, in their Ivory Coast, like Benin Republic, their courts are quick to sentence you to imprisonment, but they never have a chance, or there will never be a time to get or hasten your appeal. So they were waiting since July. I'm talking about the money raised by the concerned citizens who showed concern on social media. The government of Nigeria, the embassy of Nigeria in Ivory Coast, the NIDCOM of Abike Dabiri, they only promised, as usual. According to them, it's so impossible to get her out under the facts that finally came out from March to November. That is 8 solid months. It did not take them 8 months to process the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. It did not take them 8 months. It took them days to orchestrate the arrest and detention of Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. But 8 solid months, they could not use any diplomatic means to persuade the government and the court of Ivory Coast, at least to give this young lady the opportunity to take care of herself. Last night, well, not last night, 2-3 nights ago, in prison, they said Itunu went into a shock, a diabetic shock. Her sugar level rose, I believe, and that triggered a shock. In the prison, they decided to rush her to the clinic. At the clinic, all they could give her was one, to try and stabilize her, and then give her paracetamol. The last time she was in the same prison clinic, when she was complaining of serious health conditions at the time, discomfort and sleeplessness, they recommended her to the clinic to see a doctor. In fact, they actually told her that we could only give you a paracetamol. If you want a treatment which requires us giving you a drip and some other medication, you would have to pay for that. They've looted all her properties. She's become nothing there, right? She has resorted into even selling few things in prison. For you to know that she has been subjected to accept her fate to spend 20 years for something she didn't do. That is so obvious, right? But they told her she couldn't sell in prison anymore. Now she said she has no money, which means she could only treat whatever health condition she was suffering from, with paracetamol. Again, Nigeria did not come through for her. The embassy did not come through to check out, how is your health? How is it going? We are doing our best through the legal means to get this whole thing sorted. They were asking for 2 million naira from her family. Things got worse until last night, when they quickly rushed Itunu into the clinic. I'm going to try and share a few other things with you as a follow-up, and then bring you back to the main thing. Before Nigeria happened to you, and there are many ways Nigeria can happen to you, especially all of you that are still out there shouting patriotic Liejirians from abroad. Nigeria can happen to you from anywhere. But hang on, Itunu was rushed to the clinic, not because she's going to get a better health care. It is just a way to try to stabilize her. According to them, after this scenario, she was responding to treatment, not because she got any real treatment. They tried to stabilize her, whatever was wrong, but she wasn't stabilized. Itunu died last night, and that is even the beginning of the story. You haven't heard the most heartbreaking part of it yet, right? Itunu, last night, Sunday. There are other parts too. Okay? There are other parts I'm also going to try and share with you, where the Nigerian embassy official, that you also see his face soon, was demanding for 2 million naira to be sent to his own account so that he can help the family to get a lawyer. Now, the new latest after the death of Itunu is that the embassy is now demanding for money from the family in order to bring the Itunu's corpse back to Nigeria. Proudly Nigerian. Proudly Nigerian. just before Nigeria happened to you. I have had, let me even use this country as an example. I live in the UK, and I can boldly tell you, right, that being in the UK here, I know it. Everybody knows it. That's what we are on our own. Politicians who preach being patriotic, represent your country so that the whole world will know that you are from Nigeria, so that you can be a good citizen. But the whole world knows that the only people who bring shame and disrepute to that country are the criminals parading themselves as the leaders. So here in this country, in the UK, among other countries who have embassies in the UK, it is only the Nigerian embassy that has signed the highest deportation order with the UK Home Office ever, the highest every year, simply because it is a money-making machine for them. While you ended up in jail in the UK, what legal, representation they can give to you, Nigeria has no business with you. You are on your own. You can't even write the embassy and say, oh, I'm having a marital problem with my partner, and the government here is supporting my partner. I want the government of my country, Nigeria, to give me some legal support so that I'm not going to be this or that. You, as a Nigerian, you are on your own, and everybody knows that. If you ended up in any of their prison in this country, if the Home Office takes the list and they go straight to the Nigerian embassy in London and they say, these 50 people, we want to deport them. Nigerian embassy, we need to sign each deportation order, because if they don't, they have to sign that you are from Nigeria. So if they don't, nobody can take you anywhere. The rest of all the countries all over the world, in this country, in the UK, if you check the tally of deportation order they signed from their different embassies, Nigeria's own is like more than 1,000% compared to theirs. Because UK government wants people they don't want here back. And it doesn't matter how you ended up in their prison. Nigeria will sign your deportation. You can't get any help. Forget it. We have evidence of them doing the same thing, racketeering on passports, where people have to pay and all of that to get their passport released here in the UK. But there you will see this, all this anti-London, this mommy Manchester, all this daddy Chicago, and all this anti-New York, and all this your uncle and aunties abroad. Patriotic Liejiriyans from abroad. Many of them who only have something to say, oh, I'm from Nigeria, but they will never live in Nigeria. You know why? Because they would never live in a place they first ran away from anyway, even if they pretended that they didn't. But they are patriotic Nigerians from abroad. When you go to all these Asian countries, you will see thousands of Nigerians in prison. In Nigeria, the general preaching is that because they are arrested for drug running and the rest of that, they have already been condemned, so they deserve no the embassy support. So as a Nigerian, if you found yourself in that part of the world, or any part of the world you found yourself, no matter what happened to you, you are on your own. But if you succeed, for example, you suddenly break even in your host country, then you are a Nigerian, because it's good for the market, it's good for the optics. This is a young woman that the justice system of Ivory Coast denied justice and killed because Nigeria abandoned her. And as we are talking right now, the corpse of Itunu is still in Abidjan. And the Nigerian embassy in Abidjan, they are contacting the family to please. Do they want her to be brought back to Nigeria, or do they want her to be buried in Abidjan? Her father who was hoping that eventually he's going to see his daughter again, now knows that he would never see her alive again. So they told him to go and arrange money. To go and arrange money for bringing Itunu back to Nigeria, which eventually people will raise the money. People have started contributing to support the family, because Nigeria will always disappoint you. And some people will make you feel like you still hold Nigeria, the patriotism that those criminals in charge continue to deny the same country. You can't destroy a country. You can't destroy something you love. It is so obvious that those in charge of Nigeria, they give no hoot about Nigeria. Let me take you to somewhere I'm going to share a few backup content of what really transpires and what is really going on this, right? Just a moment. Look at this guy. Please let me know if the audio is still very clear, okay? Because sometimes that can get mixed up because of this tool I'm using right now, okay? Look at this guy. They said his name is Abdulrazak Olateju, a Yoruba man. This is the one who said they needed 2 million naira in order to get a lawyer for Itunu. It works. According to they said, yeah, it's one of those who said they should pay 2 million naira. And indeed, he spoke to the family via WhatsApp, sending his account details and all of that, right? I want to help you to get your daughter out. You need to pay us 2 million naira. All right. Now, yeah.
Asking that, do they want her remains buried? Asking that, do they want her remains buried in Cote d'Ivoire or brought back? And he said, of course, he would like to see his daughter once again, that they have to bring it. And the representative told him that he has to cater for the flight and other arrangements to repatriate her body back to Nigeria. He said they call with, I've asked for the international number that they called him with. If you send the number, he said from the office of the Nigerian ambassador, that's where they called him from. And this is also from the father.
Thank you.
Asking that.
From the embassy of Nigeria, right? Asking the family for, money if they want her back. This is Itunu, what she looked like before, Nigeria happened to her. It got the rest her soul. But here is part of the drama as well, right? Where sometimes in March, where they were asking for money, okay, from the family. Here is that. Let me see.
The office of the lawyer. So he said that the office of the lawyer, they brought a bill of 2 million.
Jesus.
So, and he said before he can start any work, they have to pay 1 million deposit. So he said that the office of the lawyer.
Not just that, yeah. So this was Itunu when she was eventually rushed to their clinic, prison clinic, right? This Itunu. Meanwhile, when the drama started, just for those who would like to watch, like I said, is a distressful view. Look at it.
Take it.
C'est même pas ce qui se passe. Becky. Becky.
Now, Itunu, Nigeria killed, one of the things that the Nigerian politicians have done to the psyche of average Nigerians is that they have made them to lose empathy, feelings. So if you go online right now, you will see many, many people, some of them parents too. And the question they will be asking is, who sent her to Ivory Coast? Why is she in Ivory Coast? Why can't she stay here in Nigeria with all of us? Maybe all of them won't go abroad. This and that. That is how much damages Nigeria has really done to the psyche of an average Nigerian. So they don't have much empathy. They don't know how to really feel. You get what I mean now? So, unfortunately, and that is one of the reasons why those criminals, those politicians will always get away every now and then until that attitude change. Now people are raising funds to support the family, and then on David's, David's Twitter, it is listed there, and I'll try and bring that up separately anyway. But it is listed there that if you want to reach out to the family on bringing Itunu back to Nigeria, you can reach out to the father directly. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can find that detail, and then I can share that with you before I go to the next part of this conversation. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, I think I found it. Now I'm going to try and share that again with you. You can bring out your pen, please. If your mind, if your spirit tells you to reach out to the family, okay, or check your screen. That is a Wema Bank account details, okay. The name on the account is Babalola Abayomi Emmanuel, right? So you can reach out to them by adding, what do you call it, a reference to any donation you want to give to them. They haven't really said how much it's going to cost to bring Itunu back home in Ibadan. But whatever you feel like are doing, nothing will be too small. People are already reaching out to the family, and I think if you can, please do. Nigeria can happen to anybody, anywhere. Especially for those of you who are really much unconcerned about everything we talk about in Nigeria, and some of you actually turned that into a banter or into what do you call it, nonchalant, I don't care kind of a thing, or you turned it into a war of you versus us. You are defending the contraption that is built together to destroy you in every ramification. But it's up to you if you continue to live in that denial or not. The Lagos State NSAS Judicial Panel, they have come up with their, they have come up with their reports of what really happened on the 20th of October 2020. The Lekki Toll Gate massacre of innocent people who were asking the government of Nigeria to look into the abuses, the assault on the young people being profiled by the Nigerian criminal police force, who have turned them into endangered species that are being hunted every day. And, it came to light. One of the reasons why NSAS protest, right, was so significant was that it also exposed many, many places all over Nigeria, especially in eastern Nigeria. For example, the Akusu SARS in Anambra, where it was like an abattoir. They have a place there called abattoir, where they kill people if you don't pay money. Whenever you are arrested, all they have to say is you are a criminal or you are an armed robber, you are a cultist. They will milk your family, sell your properties if you have any, bankrupt your entire family if they can. And if you don't really have anything to be taken, you can be exchanged for the real ardent criminal that will then be slaughtered before you even face a judge, so that the real criminals who pay money get freed as an exchange. It was a serious crime scene. I mean, not just in a place, all over Nigeria. Then the protests happened for people to get to know about the killings and all of that in Nigeria, calling the attention of those in authority to look into reforming the police and then prosecuting the criminals among them. But instead of the Nigerian authority to respond to those humble requests, they called on the same police, the military, to shoot down all the peaceful protesters. They killed and killed to the point that they took their bodies away. But they now came out, they came out the following day and days after that and weeks after that. For the past 1 year, they continue to say nobody died at Lekki toll gates. But you see, Lagos State alone, they have finally established the truth. A detailed report that I have on my screen right now. I'm strolling through it because it's something that I would love to take my time to read through completely. Just something we will treat on our own on this Maiyegun General Politico. Well, I'm going to bring up some names. Some of the names that the panel, at least in part, listed as those killed at Lekki toll gates, that Layamo continue to deny, that the rest of all those Buharidins, the Buhari Didernis, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ngoziaris, the Unnekaaris, the obedient fools, sophisticated morons, ombud slaves, Mumumadus, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, their Facebook adsmen, social media bandits, the rest of the clan of the cyberbarians, the Buhari idiots in general, the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, and the rest of those crumble eaters, crumble eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all risers, the people who feels like they are not human, especially in their reasoning. Check your screen, the names. I'm going to take my time and read some of them out. Then we'll take another time to treat this. These are the people that Nigeria happened to, and Nigeria denied them. Denied them. Till tomorrow, they continue to say nobody died. But guess what? We have the following names. These are the names that pops out of the judicial panel report of Lagos State after 1 year. After what we call the charade, where nobody is really punished. But this is a document that you can indeed rely on. Names, time, events, people killed, people injured, the hospital they were treated, the bodies taken, those who helped them took the bodies, when, to where. All these are evidence in this report. Is a loaded report. Make I take my time, read them, so that I go feel talk about them well. Make them easy for those who don't want to take time and read 100 pages of reports. I go break them down. Check your screen. We have Victor. Yes. We have Victor Sunday Ibanga male. He was killed at Lekki toll gate. We have Abuta Solomon killed. We have Jide killed. Nicholas Onipe, gunshot injury. Okala Patrick, gunshot injury. Olalekan Faleye, gunshot injury. Manuel, what's that? Unaji, gunshot injury. And just like that, check, on and on. yeah, you will see those who died, those missing and presumed dead because they couldn't find their bodies after the soldiers took them. Yeah. So they have a lot of lists there. I'll take my time, bring them forth to all of you so that before Nigeria happened to you and Nigeria would deny you, you probably have a choice, right? To deny Nigeria now. It's easier, according to Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore said, yeah, we might not have found a common ground on now everybody is going to agree that getting Oduduwa Republic, getting Biafra Republic, or, revolution now, eventually everybody will know that we need a revolution to do that. So until everybody realizes that to get Biafra, to get Yoruba nation, to get what do you call it, whether you want to fix or change Nigeria to regionalism or what have you, right? Until everybody knows that the same criminals who brought us to this level, right? They have to what? They have to go. However, now Nigeria, before Nigeria happened to you, and your case will become a story to share with others, right? You can possibly give me your attention now. Somebody was asking Bokwari, and it was like, I think it was about 2-3 years ago. I'm not certain of the date when Macron was in Nigeria, right? And they were asking that what was the France government doing to help Nigeria to stop the Fulani terrorism happening in Nigeria. Guess what? The mood and the yeah, watch this first.
The questions. The first one will come from Gloria Ume Ezeoke of Channels Television.
Good evening, President Macron. What plans do you have to curb terrorism in Africa, and more specifically, curb herdsmen and farmers' crisis in Nigeria?
We discussed that.
Did you see his mood as he turned away when they said farmers had that crisis in Nigeria, right? So you could see how he quickly swing away. So Nigeria is not for you. So they killed people, denied them, took their bodies away. And to this day, they still continue to deny them. So you, as a typical Nigerian, who knows that those who died, who came out to say, oh, because according to them, right, those they killed that night, right, they were not just killed by the military. It was the military that first opened the fire. And the few that got the heat, they took their bodies away. Immediately after that, when some people were beginning to come out from where they were hiding and all of that, the police arrived in Lagos State. And they started shooting everybody again. Then denied it. Just like how Nigeria can happen to you, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria. Then be denied it as well. Somebody said, if Nigeria could have the power, the reach to organize with Kenya in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu without going through the legal system, if they have the power, the reach to force Benin Republic to kidnap Oloye Sunday Igboho and deny him justice, the same Nigeria that will send Nigeria military plane to go to Niger, to go to Mali, to go and bring repentant terrorists back to Nigeria for rehabilitation, doesn't really care. And that practically could be because of where you come from. She is a Yoruba lady. You remember a lady they said they wanted to, that was caught with drugs in Saudi Arabia. And they said that she was set up, that it wasn't, she didn't do it. And in Saudi Arabia, if you are caught with drug, it's like you're going to get hanged or killed. The moment our story broke out, Abike Dabiri relocated to Saudi Arabia. And the rest of them, even in northern Nigeria, they pulled all the string they could pull. And within a week, she was back home to her family. And they took pictures, they celebrated that and all of that. Do you think if Itunu Babalola was a citizen of Yoruba nation or Oduduwa Republic, do you really think she would be treated that way? The Yoruba people who have the diplomatic sense of what it means to reach out to the rest of the world, give representation to every citizens of the Yoruba land anywhere in the part of the world, but starting with the UK, we bought and launched our own embassy before Nigeria could even, well, that wasn't Nigeria anyway, so before Nigeria could even dream of having an embassy anywhere in the world. And immediately they stole and destroyed the regional system of government in 1966. The first thing they did was to take over the Yoruba House, that is now called Abuja House in London. We could give protection to our citizens. If you commit crime abroad, right, you will still get the normal consular assistance, which is a normal procedure all over the world. Your country, as a citizen of a country, the country prosecuting you for any crime or what have you, will ask your embassy to what? To make a legal representation, something that makes you feel like you have a country. At least, even if you are going to go to jail, you will believe that you will get fair hearing because at least your country is there. So if somebody is now going to tell you about patriotism, like I've told you many times, you can always love Nigeria from abroad. It is very convenient until Nigeria happens to you. I don't pray Nigeria happens to you, but it seems like it's an inescapable destiny now. Because when majorities still stick to something that is put together to ruin and destroy us, and they are making you believe that you have no choice, it is a done deal, then you ask yourself, who is going to be next? Who is going to be next? And when? They have the power to free terrorists from another country and rehabilitate them. But you are not their priority. And that somehow will always bring us back to the same point. Why do you think, for any reason, it is worth it to want to keep a country that continues to kill our citizens and continue to watch our citizens being killed all over the world, languishing and being destroyed, while they are blamed for whatever they are going through? What kind of inspiration, what kind of thing that actually inspires anyone to say, well, somebody said Nigeria is a country of good people, bad leaders. I said, well, you can continue to live in denial, but the truth of the matter is that it is the same people that became your leaders. The product you have there as your leaders is from the same society where you have the same good people. So it's a mirage. A society so rigged that every wrong thing is right. Every right thing is wrong. And people just do it and move on. They don't care about the consequences. You don't call that a country of good people, bad leaders. The leaders are not produced from another planet. They are products of your society, the same people. So why do you think it is worth it until Nigeria happens to you before you can then feel like, ah, man, we deserve better? For 2 years, yeah, we have seen the worst of the worst happened under this criminal government. We have seen state-sponsored terrorism, where where the federal government of Nigeria, right, commissioned the Nigerian military to go after harmless citizens, go into their different communities simply because they want to make a statement, and thousands of people are being killed under these guys. You can't stop them. They made you believe. You can't leave them. They also made you believe. They gave you no choice. And many of you agree with that. Unfortunately. I don't know who is going to be next. But Nigeria can happen to you anywhere, anytime. That you are living outside Nigeria or far away from Nigeria does not spare you from what Nigeria can still do to you. Nigeria won't protect us. Even when we do our best to continue to make the annual ritual of remitting money back to Nigeria, our safety are not guaranteed. Our protection in Nigeria is not guaranteed. Our rights are not in any way protected. Our different foreign missions, they have no business with us other than to milk us. And it is the same system as it was back then, still is, and somebody is telling you it can be different. And you ask them, how? You have a system that is so rigged that even when you talk about the criminals who rig elections to gain power, you should never forget about the criminal voters who always expect them to be paid. Who always expected to be paid. It is a criminal enterprise altogether, and it is only sustained because it is like a circle that as long as it keeps going that way, no matter how much people rejected it, it will always be sustained by the greed of the majority. Now you have that system that is so complicated, and they said you can't discuss it. And that rotten system back there, as dangerous as it has become, it can affect you from anywhere. I have people who have lost out on different opportunities simply because they couldn't renew their Nigerian passports. Many people who have said that I lost out on this, I lost out on that because I needed to travel. I could only travel with my Nigerian passport. I've not got my residence, my passport for the country of my residence yet. Now I needed to go and do this. Now they were waiting for the renewal. Many people lost a lot. So many people. That is how much Nigeria can happen to you from wherever you are. And the most sad one is when you run into any legal trouble in any country. All over the world, you are expected to be given the fair hearing. Even if you commit a crime, you are expected to be given fair hearing by their legal system. So if you have a rotten and rigged legal system in Africa, and you have a giant of Africa, the biggest country in Africa, Nigeria, watched our citizens being bullied and humiliated all over the world, all over Africa, and they pretty much telling them that you are on your own. Same way with those who are even in Nigeria. And politicians will tell you, we have not even taken care of those in Nigeria. All of you are abroad. You are complaining. You and your complaint. You know, all of that. They don't care. So Nigeria can still happen to you from there. A lot can happen to you. But because we are kind of built to always give thanks in everything, they'll say, Baba, we just say thank God for life. So when that happens, and people like us says, how do you make a difference from this? People said, okay, yeah, then let us have a conversation around if we still want to be dragged as part of this. You have incompetent people manning their different embassies all over the world, where so many of us have been subjected to their typical Nigerian treatment. You know what I'm talking about, except if you have never visited Nigerian embassy in your country of residence as we speak. A Nigerian who has left Nigeria for a long time, if you go to Nigerian embassy here in the UK, if you go to Nigerian embassy all over the world, right? Many people never wanted to go back. People always say, I pray that I will not have any reason to come back to this place. That's how bad. But people have probably just continued to live without them. How can you be in a country and you are not in contact with your embassy? They say, when was the last time you had the contact with the Nigerian embassy? If they ask me right now, I'll tell you I can't even remember. And it was pretty much when I wanted to renew my passport as well. And this was way back in probably 2015, 2016, I can't remember. But they don't even care if I exist. But if I appear on their list of those to be deported tomorrow, they will know me quickly and they will sign it. They don't give a damn about wherever took me to that prison. And that is a country I am supposed to wake up every morning and lie to everybody and say, it's a great country. It's going to be great one day. It's going to be this and that. And it is the same thing from time immemorial. And you know why now? You know why. A country that kills her citizens, who doesn't give a damn, right, should not expect that patriotism back. You are supposed to be respected all over Africa if those criminals are not those in charge of Nigeria. But here you are. You can't change that. You'll be tagged a terrorist. You'll be considered an enemy of state. You can't talk about this. You will be imprisoned, jailed. And then the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the programmed mumus in Nigeria, they will back their oppressors. So that's why we have to continue to tell you that whether you support Nigeria, whether you don't support Nigeria, whether you are feeding from them, whether you are not feeding from it, whether you are even feeding from the ruins or not, right? The only thing that is so certain is that Nigeria can happen to all of us anywhere. The question is when and how much. I mean, how prepared are you if that same Nigeria should happen to you? Because you see those people they are killing in Nigeria, right? Same way, so many other systems all over the world are killing Nigerians and nobody's going to hear about it. Because nobody's going to ask the question, who are you going to report to? They have no respect for Nigeria. It's not because Nigerians are this or that, as they will say. You have great Nigerians who have made names, who have made real record for themselves all over the world, that the rest of the world respects them. How come the rest of the world are not using them and using that to rub on us and say, oh, Nigerians are, they are not this. Why is it that it is the crime and the criminality of those in Nigeria, your politicians, the thieves, the criminals who loot and destroy that country, bring the money over here, that the system actually knows them very well. And when they see the rest of us, the way we apply for visa from every country that has embassy in Nigeria, including those who doesn't have embassy in Nigeria as well, the rate at which we queue at their embassies out to want to get out of Nigeria, all this data go back to them and they say, Nigerians are desperate because, number one, they are poor. Number two, they are criminal. Number three, they are ready to escape their country because it's like hell on earth. But you can come out here and pretend to be a patriotic Nigerian from abroad since you've managed to escape. So that is why we will continue to say, for those who still have their own senses intact, before this become your lot, before you have your own tale to tell, yeah, you should begin to join the conversation that says this particular union is not working. People can take care of themselves. If Nigeria, under the criminals over the years, especially the particular mannequin you have right now, Boko Haram, if Nigeria continue to kill our citizens, what is your excuse of wanting to keep Nigeria? When people talk about Biafra or Oduduwa Republic, what would be your real excuse that You denying that people were killed at Lekki Toll Gate. They've confirmed that people were killed. That you are living in Nigeria or you are living outside Nigeria, there's nowhere Nigeria cannot touch you or touch the people you love. So what would be your reason? What would be your excuse? We'll figure it out. So tomorrow I'm going to do some catch up, especially on the reports from the Lagos Judicial Panel. It's very important that we read through them and their indictment. They indicted the Nigerian police. They indicted the Nigerian military. They even confirmed that they came out to deny it, and they did a lot of cover-up. That's what the panel said. But now, for those who are, well, I don't even know why people are still practicing law or the kind of law that people are actually reading in Nigeria, the laws that are not respected in any of your courts, right? But this could be an avenue for people to actually sue them. They have names of the officers. They have the names of the victims. They have the time and the timeline, the picture, evidence of everything. The extortion, the money they were taking from people, including those they illegally kidnapped, called, arrested, and extorted. Some of them died in their detention through torture and all of that. So all these are now, educational material for those, research material for those who really want to nail these criminals. And the person who gave the order was no other person than Bukwari, the lifeless mannequin inside Aso Rock. So a country that kills a citizen, what exactly do you really think is now worth holding on to? It's a question, and I hope we'll get an answer on that. Again, I am going to, I'm going to get on with this tomorrow better, get some rest tonight. And yes, thank you so much for your time. And for those who are just joining us, remember, you can watch this video from the start, okay? Skip every part you don't want to see, and then listen to the detail. Itunu Babalola, may her soul rest in peace. And then I will also give that a follow-up when she's finally, taken to Nigeria, when she's brought back to Nigeria, okay? And hopefully, the family will receive enough support that will at least help them in this trying time. 2 years that Nigeria could have saved her. They promised to save her. They promised to take action. They didn't. It was just people like me, people like yourself, who got the story early this year, who started raising money to get her out. But it could have been faster. Maybe if she was from Kanu or Zamfara, or she's from Borono or what have you. But she's from Ibadan. She's from Yoruba land. Abike Dabiri probably felt like there was no reason to involve any higher authority that could help to save her, even if it is getting her a better medical attention, medical treatment, something that will at least keep her stabilizing normally before things got to this stage. But sadly, that is what Nigeria does to you. What if they have done it this way? What if they have done it that way? I can tell you this, even though some people are saying, Maiyegun, don't say that. Are there no Yoruba governor? Where is Oyo State governor? Where is the governor of this place? Where is governor of that place? Would they pretend that they didn't know anything? At least, did they provide their only to help, even if Nigeria failed? So don't say that if it's a Yoruba nation, Yoruba will not abandon her. I get your logic. People have told me that already in the comments. And I want to say that there's some difference here. But again, that will not in any way rule out your points, which means none of them responded, because they are all part of the rotten system called Nigeria. They can give excuses, just like Nigeria can always give you excuses, right? You'll be lucky if you are not dead, right? If you are lucky that you are not dead, you may probably live to tell the story how Nigeria happened to you. Itunu is gone, and therefore, we can prevent from others too. I was reading the news the other day, and it was about this young man that was convicted of drug trafficking because they found a drug in the trunk of the car he was driving, even though he didn't know there's any drug in his trunk, right? I can't remember, maybe it's Singapore or Malaysia. I can't remember the exact country, but the story is out there. So he was convicted, and they said he was sentenced to, they sentenced him to death, right? He appealed. When he appealed, they also bungled it without real evidence, right? Just that he was driving a car that had drug in it. Since Nigerians have already been tagged as drug trafficker, drug. So he was already condemned to death. No consular assistance, no government help, no nothing. But eventually he pulled through. While he was waiting to be killed, hanged for a crime he didn't commit, the Supreme Court of that country eventually called the case. And when they started reviewing all the evidences against him, they found out that it was actually like the prosecutors trying to hang a drug case on him. They couldn't really establish that he got the drug from where to where, how did he get it into his car, nothing to establish any of that. And the Supreme Court crushed the case, and they said that no, he should be set free. That is a Nigerian that was sentenced to death, like hundreds, if not thousands of them like that in those Asian countries. But because Nigeria is not interested, they easily say, if you are caught carrying drug, you are going to be killed. Or if you go to any, we cannot do anything for you. That means you are just on your own. That is not a country. No country official should ever treat their citizen like that. And no matter what, everybody must have a right to fair hearing, right? This young man pushed his case, and good enough. He got a very good legal team that eventually got him a justice. Now he's going to be alive. He's going to live longer than what Nigeria has condemned him to be. Nigeria didn't help. Anything can happen to you. And you can find yourself in any situation that indeed you may not be able to get yourself out of it. You may not have enough contact to get yourself out of it. That is when you will now remember that the so help me God in the Nigerian, in the Nigerian pledge, so help me God. You will understand the meaning. Why that is the end of the Nigerian pledge. You are on your own. And don't let Nigeria happen to you before you realize this. I hope I won't continue to say this again and again. If I have to, I won't stop. Thank you so much for your time. If you have the time, like that video, share it, and I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o